Yes, welcome right in the coop now.
We never stop.
How are we doing, alright?
New line up the day, mate.
I'd say the sexiest double act in Britain.
I'd say the dregs.
Aye.
Much
more suited to the radio for the two of them, isn't they?
Used to have big news though, no? He's a
Big
brother
news
together.
after you's propelled us at the hydro.
Do you know what's great about them, Todd? Like, we usually do the hydro, you go kick on again. They're now doing a live audience at golf it.
No, we can back. I didn't sell enough tickets.
So we went for 20,000 at the hydro. We used to know enough.
Honestly, that was...
Well, I got cancelled.
Cancelled? We done fucking 4 videos. 4 videos.
I seen them.
Come and join us, you know, being Team Daz and Team Willow. Fucking $40 for that.
Oh, that's a bad one.
But we've got a couple of big gigs coming up.
What is it?
We're making up for it.
And Hugh Keevan's living room, isn't it? Hugh Keevan's living room.
We've got one through in Falkirk, is it? Then we've got a Shells and one, so we're alright. I'll pay the Christmas.
At least you did get a new motor, though.
Aye, but that's a disaster, mate. I was stressed out Monday. Got it.
That's not why you were really stressed out Monday for someone else happened.
No, I told you earlier. I got it on Friday, driving down for St Andrews on Sunday, and there's a speed camera, and I think I've been done. No fault of my own, because it's a 70, I'm doing 62, but some worky bastard put a sign with 50 up there. Now, I don't know if...
No, you'll not get done.
You know things?
No, you'll not get done. No.
How do you...
Because that's just like temporary, that's not the speed for the road, so the average speed camera can't tell that that's 50 at the time, you'll be fine.
Did it flash though?
No, you'll be fine, mate. 100%.
You should. Have you seen his new motor?
No.
So it's a hybrid.
That's
So-
fucking brilliant.
Radio Clyde, they've got charging points.
Mate.
And he's slaughtering everybody for using them anyway. He's got a hybrid, so I come in. I just got an electric motor as well, so I come in to use it. And he's fucking at the machine, hitting all the buttons. So I have to roll down the window. Are you alright there? He's like, how do you work this thing? How do you work? He's trying to jam his singing. So
Try to jam what in?
You can't put that in there.
Charge it up! Can we charge it up? I need to go again.
Let's go out that weekend.
Well,
Needed
they'll
fully
send my
charged.
cans out the window.
It's wee Gordon Duncan that charges it.
Mate, so
Sits
he
in the
plugs it in, and I said, that's you, you're fine. So he comes in and he's sitting next to us, and he's going, to the guy, look at the new app and that, I've got my motor hooked up, BMW app. Look. He's like, it's not taking much charge. You have to put a code, you need to put a code in. He's sitting there, I said, you need to put the code in, so he does that. So the next day, was it
No, I couldn't get it back out, remember? I couldn't get it back out.
He doesn't know how to get
Stick it in, you can't get it back
You're shouting, just pull it, you need to unlock it. He's pulling the thing, you're trying to get it. No, how much charge he got? 25 mile, because it's a hybrid. He was like, this is shite.
Mate, is that not a bad thing about the electric? So you only get so much and you need to fucking charge it again?
Oh, I've never
never
he's full of right. He went in the day and put the fucking heating on and had 100 mile left.
I dropped down, didn't it? So you're sitting freezing.
So in the winter, you're going to be fucked in Scotland, aren't you?
You just wear a hat
You're
scarf
sitting in
in
the
the car.
car in the winter putting the heating on, mate. You're fucking
Your
pissed.
dad's vibrators the same, mate. He's wearing like
Mate, he's going to kick my balls. Even like me, see if you mention me one more time, that's the end of it. And he said the vibrator.
It's a bit late now, is it not?
I've been battered in
About the last 5 years.
I've been getting battered the wee man.
any other pet peeve. That's obviously a pet peeve. Any pet peeves this week? Good. What do you think of this year we fucking go to festivals? Do you still go to festivals?
No.
No, you don't got
There's
that.
a lot of support for you behind that.
Mate, I'm surprised. I thought I'd get caned for it, but the messages
What do
came
you
saying 100%. Scottish people shouting, here we fucking go at concerts.
Oh, festivals.
It needs to stop, mate. It needs to stop.
You love that. You
fucking
like
go.
that. I knew you
Ooh,
like that.
ooh.
Oh, I like
I love
that.
it. Aye, that's that. I'm with you there.
I like that. I would be into that.
Would you be into that, mate?
If I went to a festival.
It is a wee bit cringy, but I do get some buzz off it when I hear
Do
it.
they do that at Daniel O'Donnell gigs?
Joe Long. Oh, at least
That's
he-
it, Daniel O'Donnell.
Can't he date Joe Long?
Daniel O'Donnell. Well, for or against that?
No, I'm against it.
Good.
I'm with you.
But men of culture, I think, are
I've
against
been
it.
at a festival for a while.
Scumbags love it.
When's the last festival you were at?
Got to be trans. You're a transmit
Transmit,
man.
man. I was at Transmit, mate.
You've been to, what was the one you went in Barcelona, Spain?
Oh, that was amazing. Primavera.
That's meant to be unbelievable.
Good vlog, that, mate. You'd be incredible. Strokes played really good, really good. Here's a pet peeve for you. Olive oil, the price, £7.
Mate, I bought one yesterday.
What oil you?
Oh, fuck you.
Must be a fortune oil you
Before I go in the sunbed, oh, you're fucking...
Mate, £7 for a bottle of olive oil in Lidl.
Unbelievable.
What's happened to the world?
Sausage the same.
What?
Tomato fucking ketchup.
Tomato ketchup is a fucking
get
shambles.
fake-
I just
fake
steal them out of McDonald's, know the wee sachet. Fucking in the...
I put them in your food.
I've got a wee jar. I've got a wee jar. Because I go to McDonald's for my coffee. I'm like, fuck that, right in the pocket. There you go.
Coffee and tomato sauce.
What a hero that is, man. Do you do it with salt as well?
What?
No, salt for, do you steal it from McDonald's and that?
No, I'm alright with the salt because you get that out of the cheese.
There's another thing that baffles me, for how can Heinz ketchup be a certain price in one shop and dearer in another shop? How does that make sense?
Surely
Surely it should just be the company that sets the price, nah?
No, it's a shop, of course.
Dynamic
Scam,
pricing, mate.
Aye. How can fucking prices
like
be low and then you get into a motorway service station, the same packet of crisps is £3?
That baffles me, mate.
Aye, well, that's the price of living. Don't
Anything
care.
else?
Get this. Get out of McDonald's in the pocket.
No, I have nothing in the top of my mind for the pet peeves.
Nice.
What about you? Anything been
I
wrong
can't imagine much noise, Willow.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a.
Laid
You were an
back.
angry trainer, weren't you?
An angry trainer?
No, not angry, but you were like, you got on people.
I just took it serious, mate.
Aye, but not angry, I don't. Aye, say that.
Aye, it was alright off the pitch.
Did you? You weren't at Celtic.
Aye.
You was there.
You trained.
Aye, they were both reserves.
By the way, see, this is him in a nutshell, right? We've spoke about this all together.
Aye,
And
3 or
it
4
goes
times.
right out of seed. We've spoke about this.
I remember the darts.
Slaney
We
was
talked
there.
about the darts. We
I
trained
know.
together. Sometimes.
See,
Just shows you the interest I've got in your two's career.
and one ear out the other.
People that didn't listen.
Aye, actually.
Don't be
That
fooled.
does annoy
Don't
me.
be fooled with him, right? He's a fucking prick, right? don't. He comes out.
For anybody that was fooled, there you are. There's a judgment.
He comes out all that nice way, right? But there's a different side.
Oh, there's a ruthless side.
Aye, aye.
Go to be like that though.
What's the different side?
Tell. I don't know if you want to tell. Tell
Well,
me
I'm
what you've
obviously
done with
the
your
money.
old dad in
The
the
old
fishing
dad?
boat, in the boat when you were away in America or so. You fucking threw him off. Your father. Because he annoyed you.
Oh, how do you remember that story?
See, I remember that
That
one.
was ages ago, that.
Tell
Why
him
did you
that
chuck
one.
off for?
Oh, no, we
He's
had...
there. He's there.
No, we had an
Get the
argument.
fuck, he says.
Nah,
Put him
we
off the
hired-
boat.
I didn't know why and before I
No, we had
judged on it.
it was a big argument we had on this cat. We had a catamaran. I was in Spain and
was
we
in
went
Spain?
out and we had an argument. Me and my dad were at the front. Got the boat to go back and that was him. Said,
Threw him
right,
off.
off you go. And
What was your argument about?
it was just...
He's there.
You're not his,
a
you're not
family
his,
thing.
innit?
It was something like that. I drove up to the airport the next day and bought my flight home. I was
Turns out you're Gordon Strachan,
Fucking
innit?
hell,
I
how
took
do
him
you
up to
remember
the
that?
airport and got my flight in. Send him in. Did you? He's fucking dad. Didn't he? He's having
I
him.
mind it well.
You can't be fucking
Never
about in
even
that
had time to
situation.
get a suntan.
I still had 9 days of my holiday left, so I just went back to the villa.
And the white bits in the trunks, his dad fucking on the plane.
Amazing, right? Pet peeve, people that take free tickets off football players. Enjoy your game last night, Eli?
No, I'm with you with that. Especially.
Where did you watch it? Where was your seats?
No, I bought tickets.
No, you never.
His face.
All the hard-earned people out there paying good money and you.
I paid the tickets, but I was in the main, right in the main stand.
Who got you tickets?
No. Where was it? Just by the leather seats, was it? In the halfway line?
Just where all the coaches sit, I was just right beside all
You're
them.
a jammy bastard.
I know, mate. Who got you? Come on, tell us.
Tony Ralston sorted us out. Fucking
Oh, Tony Ralston's arse, man.
He should be fucking starting, I'll tell you that.
Amazing, right? We're going to come to the game, lads, but quickly, Paul, SBK.
As ever, the Coupon Show is brought to you by our partners at SPK, and they have a brand new welcome offer for those of you who haven't signed up yet.
When new sign-ups place a £10 bet, you'll get a £40 free bet.
So you do
That's
that.
incredible.
You do that one again.
Are you ready for this? This big one. Not only that, but they also have another bet builder boost for exciting customers. This weekend, you can get a 25% odds boost on your bet builder for both Rangers v Dundee and Celtic versus Falkirk.
That's brilliant, that, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
It excites you, actually making you want to put that on.
You're doing well, but just now, aren't you?
Absolutely flying. T&Cs do apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
Make sure you sign up at the link in the description box below. Did you just go to the game last night, lads?
Oh, I didn't know.
No, watching the telly. Just got in time for it starting. What?
Cuddle up.
No.
How do you watch it? Do the missus watch it with you, or do you send her in a different room? What's the setup?
By the time I get in, just at the just watched it in the dining room on the telly, and she supports the other half, doesn't she?
Oh, does she?
Aye.
How did
That'll be a headline in the Sun.
Aye.
Mark Wilson's.
She supports the other half, so
See the Rangers away strip on when he come home last night.
painted on?
Shin pads a lot.
Remember the birds that used to do that? Painted on.
Your dad done it.
Shelly. NPL.
Two big bangers singing it. How's the game?
Oh, man.
You talking about my missus? Are you? Dirty bastard.
So did she not watch a game at all then?
No. So she pissed off to bed after I watched.
How big are we talking about in terms of the other half? Would she go to Rangers games?
Aye, so see during the
like it.
aye, see during the 90s, she was a season ticket holder.
Was she?
Aye, she got all this.
Exclusive news, Mark
aye,
Wilson's
she's got-
partner.
Turn the cameras
Rangers
up for
hooligan.
5.
You said she was in the Union Bears for that.
She was the leader.
gave Andy the mic,
Aye,
didn't
she was, so there's a proper divide.
And how quickly into the relationship did this come up?
Well, we knew straight away. Aye, so it's awkward come Old Firm Day.
Families or not? Is it alright?
No, it's just her and her family.
Oh,
I think
right.
the rest of her family are Celtic fans. It's just
it
her.
baffles me, that.
She's out,
Aye.
Gauge your thoughts on it then, Mark.
Mate, it was fantastic. So when you get the Champions League draw, I think every Celtic fan for years have just wanted it to resemble something like what it was last night. But of course, everyone's going to say the opposition. Look at the level of opposition. But how many times has Celtic played opposition in the Champions League that you think, they'll blow them away at home? It's never been the case. But I thought they get everything right, almost everything right, and even the goal they concede is outstanding.
What a finish
But
that is.
the game itself was brilliant to watch. You paid your tickets to go.
I paid.
You'd happily pay to
Oh,
watch that.
100%. What about the atmosphere at the game?
Oh my God. That's one of the best atmospheres it's been at Parkhead for a long time.
The screaming. It was like his bedroom, Matt.
See, then they walk on and then the Champions League music came on. The place was fucking rocking. And then especially the second half when Celtic were battling and it was more goals going, the place just... What goals?
But that's the feeling about Celtic just now, I think. The Rodgers not touching that, the feeling about the club just now, it's in a different place at the minute. So I think people saw the opposition, what they were as well, and thought this is...
What's your two's take on this atmosphere thing as an opposition player? Does it affect you? Because you could actually see with them in the line.
Well,
you
it
played Champions
affected
League, obviously.
Price, didn't it?
Aye.
Aye. He's in the tattoo shop now getting a shot at on the 18th of September. Isn't it? I've never seen him. He went under, wasn't he went under. He was horrific, right? But I think that the atmosphere got to him. I always believe that, see, no matter if you're underdog and you go there, I think that would drive you on, that atmosphere. As much as it's a home atmosphere for Celtic, and obviously the adrenaline, but if you're playing against it, I'll get, for perfect example, when I was at Wraith, when you played at Celtic Park or you played at Ibrox, the atmosphere, it was brilliant to play with. But some people can handle it and some people can't. And you seen the wee man last night, right? I've got to say, I thought that it got to him. Because of the Rangers connection, right?
He got booed every time he got the ball, didn't
I
he?
forgot he actually played with Rangers.
See me on it. Oh no, I didn't.
Johnson
He was a prick. Vice.
Did you play up against him?
Aye, he was. No, remember it was that period where I think Diouf and all that was there, so it was a squad that they had some individuals that were just...
He'd obviously be... Did you play directly against Vice?
I think so, aye.
And would you give each other a bit?
I can't remember giving it, but he was just one of the annoying... Remember Sammy missed the penalty at Ibrox? Rangers won the league, and then in the celebrations, I'm sure he set up the penalty. Was it into McGregor, and they played it out, and they all celebrated. He was a fucking dick. So he was. So I was buzzing when I couldn't believe he was captain of them last night, but I was buzzing.
What about the fact that his dad's the manager?
I know, mate.
His dad's the manager.
Fuck off.
His dad's the manager. But that's not his dad, mate. He's about 6'5", big leatherhead, and he's a wee midget.
What do you do in the dressing room, right, if you're having that? Do you go, fuck off, da? Right, do you know what I mean? I'll be telling my mum you're pumping Linda for the commercial, but you know what I mean?
Hold on, I think we've heard a real story there. Is there any Lindas at your United?
You couldn't call your
Commercial
dad.
team.
You couldn't call your dad boss, could you?
No, I think his dad still baths him after the games, didn't he?
Exactly. I mean, when you walk about your banger hanging out your dad about, Dad, you need to leave a room to go and get a shower, wouldn't you?
What about that? See, what was your first time? First Champions League game? Walkout Champions League music. What was the game? Starting again.
I was away at Old Trafford, so that was my first one.
What about
that was
home?
special. Home, I got injured in that Old Trafford game, so AC Milan in the last 16. I think I was on the bench for a couple of the Man United one that Naka scored his free kick and a few others, but I started against AC Milan.
And was it noisier than usual games?
Ah, without doubt, aye. I mean, I don't know how that's came about at Celtic Park, that the fans
Go
absolutely nuts when the anthem came on. Was there not a new anthem last night as well? I thought there was a new anthem, so I tried to turn up the telly to hear the anthem. I couldn't hear it. Couldn't hear the anthem because
it was weird because before the actual Champions League music came on, there was another song playing.
Was there?
That was another. I don't know if they've put another music song.
Tom Boyd's iPad you put it in.
Daniel O'Donnell.
Signing Champions League.
Well, see, in when you played the Champions League, could you see like teams were affected by the atmosphere?
I think, see, back in that time, we always thought that they were. We always thought, oh God, but it's only when you probably reflect back on it. These guys are playing in huge stadiums under huge pressure all the time. So then you actually think logically about it, and you think surely they can't, because they play at the top end of the game. They deal with other atmospheres. I think it affects you.
Make sure.
I think it affects. Like I thought we were quite ordinary in our Champions League day. When you look at the way the team played last night, the individuals, I thought we were more team, less individuals, but I thought it made us play better as a team. Just that atmosphere and expectation, and that pushes on. Maybe got an extra 10% out of us as players.
That must be, I think, one of the best feelings to play in the Champions League at Parkhead.
That was frightening, honestly.
No, you're a Rangers fan, obviously, but Ibrox.
But Ibrox as well. They feel there as well.
Vice, that was good you let them use your bed sheet for that. Some smell coming out. Right, talking about the game, what impressed you most about Celtic?
I think the pace they play it now is a lot better.
Even after the ball as well, does it?
Do you know something? I think my favourite guy of all time, Joe Hart, I love him, right?
Your favourite of all time?
You're kidding him last week saying
Joe.
that he's clinged on to Celtic.
Hold on a minute. Wait there.
I'm not kidding.
No,
I was waiting for him leading Celtic.
I was going to say, see when Joe Hart done his goodbyes.
I know, you kidding him. Right.
That's right.
Alright, you be sorry.
Aye, I'm being, but I was listening to him last night, and
He spoke well, didn't he?
Right, it was the fact that he said, and what I really liked about it, he says, look, when Brendan Rodgers came in at first, he let Celtic just go and do their own thing with the fact that they've been coached under Postecoglou. And it took him 2 or 3 months just to take a step back. And I thought, this is brilliant coaching. And then he put his stamp on it. Now, Brendan Rodgers come in for Dalziel, but he's changed Postecoglou's style, it's too slow and all this, carry on. Look at the pace that they're playing it in.
Spot on.
You know what I mean? They're playing it, and every one of them. You look at last night, people are talking about, even at the beginning of the season again, Scales will no be in the team. He was fucking brilliant.
Can you believe Scales, mate?
He was brilliant. Alistair Johnston, magnificent he was. You know, he's just getting better and better and better. And the young boy, Ingles, that's come in.
Felix is class, isn't he?
Dingles, is you know one of the Dingles family? Sam Dingles, isn't it? Do you know what, I was impressed. I didn't think the first half was great. I thought the first half was alright. I thought the second half was a lot better, but see, playing out first half, how much they've improved with Schmeichel and goals.
Brilliant. There was one,
I didn't think they were great last year at playing out against the high press. Brilliant.
Back to Schmeichel out. Aye, good to watch that. I almost result in the goal the other side. But you're right, I mean, the pace that they play it, but how they hunt to get the ball back in the final third. Look at the one Maillet done next, but that's been off season. That's not just for the Champions League, and we're talking about the noise and the crowd and the atmosphere getting you up for that. That's the same when it's at home against anybody in the league. So they've got this relentless nature about them just now, but when you add quality like Ingles and you've got Hatate playing like he did last night, and Kyogo was alright, he should have probably taken another couple of chances.
He should have.
But his movement for the chances that he gets is brilliant.
It's frightening.
But the big thing for him as well, Mark, is see the fact that the people they bring off the bench.
Aye,
They all make an impact.
The bench is so
They make an
strong as well,
impact, don't they?
Yeah.
But I'm a massive fan now, and I wasn't when he came at first, but I think Bernardo is magnificent, right? I really do. I think he's magnificent. Forrest comes on last night, great ball through Ida, bang, goal. So they're all working at the same sort of level now. Don't look. I'm not like getting carried away. I thought last night they were brilliant. I don't think the opposition's the greatest, right? But that doesn't matter. You've still got to go out there and produce it, and you've got to go and win. There's a wee bit pressure because everybody fancied them. They were favourites. Rodgers come out and says it's the best he's felt getting into a Champions League. They've got a couple of difficult games coming up, but on that showing last night,
they can compete with that Atalanta and Dortmund.
I don't know about that. Dortmund away from home. You just wonder, because Celtic get criticised for us all the time, and I've heard you saying this a couple of times a couple of years ago about getting away from home and still playing the same style, and you end up getting beat. You know what I mean? You don't even look like you're going to win. So you just wonder if Rodgers is looking at these two away games. Will he still go with that fluent, going forward style, or will he tweak one or two things? Because you've got to probably do that again.
I think that's where Ange Postecoglou fell down a bit. I love Postecoglou's style, and the Celtic fans loved him. But I think when you went away from home, he was that, I don't know what's the right, it's not arrogant, but that much belief in his way and no other way, that it got Celtic undone so many times. They were too open. It was good to watch for the neutral, but if you're a Celtic fan, you want to progress. There's a fine line between being brilliant to watch and getting a result, and they were getting battered. So it's a good point Daz makes. Yeah. I think Rodgers has got the personnel to change it. And I hear other people saying, well, remember he went to the Nou Camp and he changed it, and he went a 5 at the back, where was it Gamboa and that played, and they got 7?
7 it was.
But a Barcelona team could have taken 7 off anybody. But I think you've got to be a wee bit more pragmatic when you go away to these places, and if you're still in the game, you want to win it then after maybe 70 minutes.
But do you know what I think I think that's where Rodgers has been really good this season, is that they're still playing that attacking football, but they're conceding a lot less than Ange and even Rodgers' team the first time.
Well,
so
not even
he doesn't even
goals.
need to change it because chances, mate, that's what I'm saying.
But last
he's
night
found that good balance, hasn't he?
Slightly different last night, because even the opposition weren't great, but they're a step up for anything in Scotland.
Yeah.
So they'll play that cutting edge pass. Vice should have got a shot off against Michael, but they didn't. Johnson, but they have been better. They concede less chances. It's whether they can do that when you go to a team like Dortmund or Atalanta who move the ball really quickly.
See, when you've got guys like Maiden and Kyogo, though, as we were talking about the pressing, would you not want to? I'm not saying you need to take the full game, but would you not want to press high up the pitch?
I think he has. It seems designed to do that, isn't it?
I do think obviously if Dortmund would be a good team if you play for it, then maybe you can get back in your shape and
my point,
make them hard to beat. Then
my point to that is, see if you go and press high up against the pitch against a quality team, quality players. If everybody doesn't get it right, they'll play through you. Right? No, they'll play through you. Let's not be kidding. But if you take it back a step, when Rangers came to Celtic Park, Celtic dropped off and went to Rangers. Right, come at us, and then bang, bang, bang. And the warning sign was when Kyogo scored the goal that was given offside. Then Rangers decided, oh, hold on a minute, we can't keep going there. And then all of a sudden Celtic came and dominated most of the game. So I think Celtic have got it in their capability away from home to go, do you know what? We'll drop off here, and then the minute we won it, the counter-attack.
Well, they done it last night, didn't they? Times the second half they dropped off and as soon as they won it back, they sprung it and nearly created a couple of chances. So they've got both ways of playing, haven't they now? Whereas, like you said, under Postecoglou, it was just fucking gung-ho, wasn't it? And you're so susceptible to the counter-attack.
You're just committing too many bodies forward, but what they've got just real pace. No, they're so mobile as well. Yeah. See, every player, he looks quick, he looks athletic, but look at your centre-halves as well. You're right to mention skills. He can move, he's getting better on the ball, because I was always critical of him on the ball. He gave the ball, but now he's turned into that player that give it to your better players. But Carter Vickers, trusty as well, he'll be a good addition, that back line. And your two fullbacks. What about how inverted Greg Taylor was last night? Greg Taylor was playing,
I love it, mate.
Right centre mid at some point.
He had a great assist for their goal, didn't he?
Brilliant, by the way. Brilliant up in the air. But that's the thing, you'll still get slaughtered for that. Greg Taylor's one of the Whitton boys, Greg Taylor and skills, but what about some of the wee movements for the corner kicks and that? They had invention in that respect as well, so really good.
I think it's because of the pressure that's behind them now. Right, you see every one of them have stepped their game up, haven't they? You know what I mean?
Because of what's on the bench now.
100%. 100%. But going back to the Greg Taylor thing, he will get stick for it, you know, his mistake. But what about the boys' goal?
No,
what a finish that is.
Mate, he was at Spurs, remember him? Big lad, pish.
I couldn't get a game.
That is?
I couldn't get a
William
game.
But
Jansen,
they no signed for Stoke for 18 million
That's
quid.
right, and he
Didn't
was-
they play?
Mate, what a finish that is.
Mate, he couldn't believe it himself. Camera went on it. He couldn't believe it. 3-0 down.
Did you have that in your
celebrating
locker?
like it was equalised.
Outside of the boot.
Would you? Nah, couldn't. I'd have broke
No,
my
that's what
ankle.
I'm
My
saying.
ankle, I'd have been stretchered off with Stookie. I've been getting used to signing Stookie this morning.
How far do you think Celtic can go far in this?
You said quarterfinals, didn't you? You've put your...
It's not looking as bad as when you first played that out in front of everybody. I don't know.
That's what I love about you, mate. You put yourself out there.
Yeah, that's a big shout, that. Aye, I'm not sure about that. Don't know. It's hard to know with the format just now. I'm still trying to get my
Fucking
head
strange
around
one,
it.
mate, innit?
Try to get my head around it.
Does, you know, some,
Because I thought Celtic were in a group and then Sky Sports News put the league up and it's just a fucking 36 team league.
there's some diddies in it, innit? Did Bayern no beat somebody like 9-2 or something, 9-3?
Bayern Munich.
But Celtic played them, did I know? Celtic not played them?
Aye, Celtic played them. Aye.
Zagreb.
Aye,
Exactly.
This is brilliant.
I think their home will get them through to the playoffs. I think 10 points is easy for them. I really think 15 gets you into the top 8, innit? 15 would probably get you top 8.
The home games are so winnable, innit?
But see,
Right, 10.
if they
10
play like
would
that
get you
against
into
Villa,
the-
I know that's the last game. They'll beat Villa. They play like
Do you think so? Well,
Ah, fucking catch yourself on.
This
don't
is-
think they'll beat Villa?
You're getting carried away with yourself.
that. It's when is it, February or something like that?
Yeah,
January,
it's doing it
so
Villa, innit?
aye,
What
so
makes you
long-
think that, Will?
I just think Villa will find it hard to live with. I know Villa's a top class team, but look for man, is there much difference in that Celtic starting 11 for last night to Villa? They play in a better league, no doubt about
Yeah.
it. I don't think so.
I think they're, like, what I'll say is, I think they're capable at home of beating Villa, right? But I think Villa will need to be off it a wee bit and Celtic will need to be through the roof. I think you're dealing with a different animal in the Premier League.
Especially got them top 4 last season. And Unai Emery's something else.
I know, but like, all these players could play in the Premier League at Celtic.
Exactly.
O'Reilly's away down to Brighton for what, 30 million quid? Like, I think he's any better than Hatate or McGregor.
We forget about the value of the players still at Celtic. So when you think,
100%.
Ingles is at 11 million, think, well, what's Hatate? What would McGregor be worth? What would Kyogo? He does 9 million. But what's Kyogo worth if he can't get in the team? So you put price tags on them, all of a sudden it sounds more attractive than what it is. I know Villa's players, because they play in that league, their prices are inflated.
But-
Tell
Like,
me,
here's a big
You want
one
a
for you, right?
couple
Do you think John McGinn's a much better player than Hatate?
there you go. I don't think so.
I
I love John McGinn.
So do I.
But no, I don't think so.
But
I'd agree.
you're now starting to just base it on one way. As a team in the way and the sharpness and the speed that they play down there as well. And you're right about the manager.
Have you seen some of the Premier League games? I'm the same. I've watched a couple of games down there.
look,
Pish.
What I'll say is Celtic capable of beating Aston Villa at home? Yes, I do. But I think you don't get carried away because of 5-1 last night. I thought they were brilliant. I think they're going great. But there's a lot of tough games coming along. Put it this way, if Villa came to Celtic Park and had to win the game, then if I was putting our last 50 pence on, I'd put it in Villa. Right? But it's not to say that Celtic can't, but you
Because
can't.
you get
Because he
fucking
played for
75
Rangers,
keys.
innit?
that would
It
be-
doesn't matter, that's 25. That's what towards the tobacco.
SBK.
Cannot wait for you.
Exactly.
Honestly, cannot wait for your day out at that golf. What a day it's going to be, man.
We should just go and watch it, us two.
You'll
Hey, you'll be
do you
the
want us
only
to
two
film it? We'll just film it and use it as content, is that right? We'll get his 50 quid each.
Fuck, we're doing it for 40.
Any other standouts? See Maeda, he's one of them, you love him one minute and you want to punch fuck out him the
I
next
think
minute.
he's
What about his cross at the
Oh, and then-
he was having a world day up until you seen him run down that left and you're thinking, just square it.
Great.
Out the pitch.
I've
I
never
thought
seen a
his
player
finish
like
was
him.
To be the
brilliant.
best pressing attacker of all time, eh?
His finish was brilliant, mate.
Good finish.
I thought his finish was absolutely terrific. He took it very early. I'll tell you who I thought was magnificent, Johnson.
Johnson was good. Johnson, Kuhn and Engels second half, that interchange, we're running into
Brilliant,
that
yeah.
space is brilliant.
What about some of his runs forward, Johnson? I know fullbacks get slaughtered. I was the ultimate decoy run, but at least he gets the ball. By the way, at least they can trust him, man. He's, what was that? It was about a 60-yard run. He did to underlap. Was it Kuhn? and he manages to cut it back, and I think it gets deflected. The goalie saves it, but he was incredible. You're right.
His quality for the wide areas is getting better as well.
Some great balls in, didn't he?
He put some magnificent.
Do you think Bratislava are a really poor team, or do you think it was Celtic who were just really?
I think a bit of both, right? You can't take it away, but look, it was a terrific result, and I think performance. I've said it for day one. I've liked the way Celtic are going about their business. That team spent £3 million in the summer for recruitment, right? And this is where it's reversed now, because Celtic used to be the ones. Celtic sold fucking Mikey Johnson for that. You know what I mean? So Celtic are well above them as a thing. I mean, you look at the individual players that obviously they've got, but take nothing away from Celtic. They still have to go out and do it.
I put the performance.
And then the way they done it was very impressive, right? You've got to say, though, I thought they were terrific, and they're a kind of team that you wouldn't mind. No, I wouldn't do it, right? But you wouldn't mind buying a ticket and going along and watching it, right? But
He wouldn't. He wouldn't expect.
or me and you would phone Tony. Celtic's
Do you know
number
what?
2.
I usually buy my tickets all the time. It's because it was so last minute. Because I was away.
Well, Jamesy usually gets to see them.
No,
so he didn't.
He's blanked him.
How does that
He's on to Tony Ralph.
Forrest, because Forrest staying well again, he's got bigger pals.
How does it go? How does the interaction go?
You can read this message out, right? What I sent Ralston.
The very first one. How do you?
Tony, I don't know how you're knowing the team that age.
Tony, how's it going, mate? Up to much tonight? Oh, I've got a game. Oh, have you?
Yeah.
That kind of. What one? My man, he started. Sean Bros. Bro. It gets better. My man, short notice, but I'm scared to ask Jamesy for tickets. Feel I've been a disgrace towards him for the years, the amount I've asked. But was wondering if you could maybe ask anyone if they have 2, I'll pay whatever. That's brilliant.
That's shameless, by the way.
I think it was it must have been 2 spares where somebody's not taking them. No for his side, but somebody else maybe in
That was left.
You used to get that, didn't you?
Who was bad for tickets? Who would want the most tickets?
I think. Don't know. Some of the Scottish boys, wasn't it? Some of the.
Trying to think who's in that team.
Slaney and all that. No.
Who, mate?
Was the captain? Did Lenny know always want
Lenny
loads of
had
tickets?
tickets,
The captain. But you used to get 2 comps. That's what did my head in about Celtic. Sometimes you get 2 comps. And then you'd have to go around the dressing room to all the foreigners. All the foreigners who you knew, they had no family here. You using your tickets. Nah, but somebody else has beat you to it. Oh,
top class that for Ralston though, wasn't it?
Good boy.
Top class, just the touch of class that.
No, what done my head in? So Champions League nights like that, and you used to get your 2 comps, but you used to get a batch of tickets to buy. So maybe, I don't know, you'd get maybe 8 tickets to buy, the option, and people would just ask you all the time, I need tickets for the game. And you say, aye, fine, I've got you 2. Right, okay, right, that's 60, 70 quid. And they'd go,
it was fun.
I can't make it now. But you've already took the tickets because you need to purchase them on Celtic.
You've bought them, aye, that's shocking.
Well, wait, there's another pet peeve for you. When was that at Celtic? Not even a first team player, what, fucking 15 years ago? People still message me like, alright mate, can you get us a signed Celtic strip?
The signed Celtic
how the fuck can I get you? What, I'm going to stand there saying Lennox and saying I'm going to sign that, mate. How the fuck can I get a signed Celtic jersey?
I get an East Coast Bride one.
Mate, do you remember when you were a younger player at Celtic and you had to go into the first team dressing room with the tap to get the first team players to sign it? Oh my God.
Larson sometimes got that. He'd be the only one you'd want on it and go, can you, or he'd go, who's it for? If you'd say it was for my mate, then he would see if it was like, somebody's asked us today, but no.
What do you know?
Nah, sometimes he wouldn't, depending on what mood
Did you get
Roy Keane was quite similar. Remember Keane? See, asking Keane to sign something, mate, you're like, can you sign that, please? He just, look at you, man.
Did you always have to sign millions of strips every day?
No, every day it was, what was that, set day, a Thursday? You'd go outside on the tables, all spread out, and you know what I hated? I always liked when somebody held the strips so it was tight. So see when you do a signature and it all crinkles up and you're all joy. I've made a mess of that.
Don't worry, nobody was looking for you.
Did you ever get that? The signed tops, nah? They've got a ref top, didn't they?
Nah. When I was at Rangers in Man City.
Alright.
Aye.
Reserves.
I don't know if you ever...
Man City, were they Premier League?
No, what the fuck?
Come on.
First game, Chelsea.
It's the lowest I've ever been.
There you go, Dazzler.
Not many people can say that.
But listen, the easiest talking different model tier. You're thinking Man City and Chelsea just now. Think of Man City and Chelsea and
Ken Bates
Matchday.
was playing up front for Chelsea. Mate.
Me against Pat Nevin.
Right, you couldn't really speak much about the Champions League. Well, it was Mayor Wills, but here's something that you can speak about. Craig Levein got sacked yesterday.
What the fuck does that mean?
That's a brilliant segue. I like that. Excellent.
Fucking dong.
Were you surprised that?
Assistant manager East Bright. Get there.
Surprised to see the big man go?
Early on, I am. But new owners coming in, you know that they're sitting there probably with their own ideas, thinking, right, okay, we run bad results. They're not sitting bottom of the league, but I think they've won 1 in 5, lost their last 4. A lot of people, we had a guy on for the St Johnstone podcast, and he was saying that they thought that.
I need to listen to that. Sounds like a good
I picked Smithy's on it, Smithy's on it.
Gordon Smith hosting it.
And he was talking about the thought that he was in to do a job to keep them up, and then he'd leave in the summer. But then obviously they let him recruit. And he, to be fair, he's brought in 1 or 2. I think his discipline's let him do none. He can get men sent off all over the place. But new owners have come in. They want to see a way forward. So, do you know what I didn't like? The way they sacked him. He done the fucking press conference.
And he hired the goalie coach that day, Gordon Marshall.
That doesn't make sense.
I think he got sacked because he hired Gordon Marshall.
That was the reason. The final.
That was the final
nail in the coffin.
Nah, you're Gordon, man.
Big Gordon.
Yeah, he's obviously meant to be in
but
he's a great guy, Gordon.
Big Gordon made me a hero. Leave him alone.
What about the goals you scored against him?
No, the cup final. It was something that palmed it up to me, wasn't it?
Oh, and you just...
Oh, just yeah, thanks very much. Big guy. High five.
You said he was a hero when you went up to St Johnstone.
Oh, mate, legend. Actually surprised me. I thought he was going to be dead, like quite scary and quite know what to speak at him, but he gave us his time. Couldn't have met a nicer guy at that point, but I don't know. I just don't understand that one whatsoever. If he's done a press conference and bringing and then he's sacked, why would you even allow?
I didn't know what to say, but I also think the fact that he's let you into his office as part of his chairmancy, hanging about with him, sacked.
Strange that one. Built up a game and he's letting me in his office.
What was he wearing in his office again? You were in there for a while, by you. Did you play under him all?
He gave me my cap, my 1-0 cap, didn't he, at Scotland?
Wow.
Aye, he called me up. So he gave me my cap and then retired me on the space of 3 months.
What game was that, Will?
So he called me up a couple of times, called me up for a trip to La Manga. I think we were playing Brazil, but I was on the bench. Didn't put me on. I was one of 2 unused subs, I think.
You and who?
Me and, I'm sure it was Chris Maguire. Remember Chris Maguire?
There's 2 household names right at you, right? People are doing fucking Google. Mark Wilson.
That was the game that Danny Alves, remember, wanted his shirt back. So and that went down like a shit sandwich with me. And then
he still gets one.
Aye, Danny Alves, after the game, I was unstripped and came in, the kit man for Brazil. Our kit man came in with Danny Alves' fucking strip and says, anybody want this? and nobody says it because everybody switched shirts. So I says, I'll take it. And I switched shirts. I was buzzing. Danny Alves' shirt, put it in my bag. 5 minutes later, the kit man came back and says, Danny Alves doesn't want that shirt.
Gave you it back.
Gave me it back. So just after that, he gave me.
What about the buzz that is?
Oh, I tell you.
Gave me it back, so I had to take it back. But he gave me my cap against Northern Ireland in the Carlin Nations Cup. So I came on for like 30 minutes. Everybody wants to
He was like, did we win it?
We didn't win it. And then a couple of months later, we were playing Republic Ireland away. And I had to pull it because my knee. And I phoned him up and I says, listen, Craig, long season, can he come away? Physio says no. And he says, no worries, we'll get you in the next squad, no worries, have a good pre-season. That never heard from him again.
Yeah. No. Did you think he was a good manager in the brief spell you had with him?
Very hard to tell, mate. I don't know, he didn't do much, did he? You didn't do much at that level.
Did you think he done a good job at St Johnstone?
They kept him up, didn't he?
Nah, they were woeful. The football was woeful.
Love it.
I thought at the start of this season, actually, I think I praised them because I thought they were actually looking. Remember they played Rangers at Hampden?
Yeah.
And they looked actually, I think they had the 2 boys up front to look better. So I thought it was going to be sort of maybe a different style of play, but I think since his time's been in,
it's a hard club, but isn't it? Fuck aye.
In what way?
And I love Levein. I don't want to know. He just wasn't.
They could win the Champions League and still have 2,000 at home gate, wouldn't they?
I know, but does that stop you from putting a good team on the pitch?
I
Look at Callum Davidson's job.
I think financially.
To be fair, there was no fans there, was it? That season?
I think financially, it's Callum Davidson. He went to cups, incredible, and fucking obviously it's Queen Park now, but financially and to attract players as well.
Like, can you not say that about St Mirren? Can you not say that about Motherwell? Can you not say that about Kilmarnock?
No, because I think if you go to St Mirren, Kilmarnock and all that, see if you're doing well, you'll get people out, right? St Johnstone, no matter how well you're doing, I'll still get their usual 2,000 odd fans. It's no Perth to me is no a football. Motherwell is a footballing thing. St Mirren, look there. St Mirren played Kilmarnock at the weekend. They packed it out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know, but that's only because Stephen Robinson's brought that success to St Mirren. Before Stephen Robinson, St Mirren would have been empty.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the potential.
Aye.
And I don't see that. And I think the next guy getting into St Johnstone will have a difficult job.
You agree with that? I think I don't know, man. I think.
Do you think it's a good one to have?
Owen Coyle started his career there, done well, didn't he? Derek McKinnon.
Well, they hadn't sacked a manager for 18 years,
Yeah.
and then now they're sacking him almost every year. But I thought even just the appointment of Craig Levein for that job, I thought was a strange one, and then to keep him on with new owners, I think you just didn't see a change in style, or you seen a bit because you put two quicker guys up front, so you seen a wee bit, but just not enough to take the club forward. See, when St Johnstone came out with a statement, they were restricting tickets for Celtic and Rangers going there. We had a chat about it, and you think, well, you've obviously got a model there that you believe in. You have to attract fans somehow, and if it's not with the product on the pitch, then what is it in a place like Perth? So the product on the pitch needs to be entertaining for fans to want to buy into it, and I don't know if you were getting.
So who's going to bring that next? Who's going to be the guy to bring that?
Okay,
I think Scott Brown would be a great fit for St Johnstone.
What about Lenny?
Love to see Lenny there as well.
Would Lenny take St Johnstone?
I think he would.
Do you?
Premier League job, I think he would need to take a job whatever he wants to get back in.
Aye, I think so. But Scott's a good shout. He started well, hasn't he? Stuffiers playing just now that are good. He's got good players at the top end of the pitch.
John McGlynn, they'll go for somebody like.
Do you see if you're John McGlynn at St Johnstone, like you're talking about St Johnstone, is that a bigger job than Falkirk?
I would not leave Falkirk.
Never done.
What about Bruni? Would you leave Ayr? Like, he's got his own players in this season, they're looking really good. Would you leave him and go to St Johnstone?
Aye, I would.
Would you?
I would.
Aye.
I think with Ayr, there's a ceiling there we are, and I know he's just in and he's reformed the team, but if you get offered a Premier League job, they're hard to come by if you're a young Scottish manager. So
still early on in the season, and it's not as if they're like
Uh-huh.
halfway through the season and they're way behind. Still a lot of football you've played, so you could get your own style in there.
You've been there, manager, then would you take that if you were Bruni, St Johnstone?
For Ayr, I probably would, because of the Premier League status, but Ayr will fancy themselves to get up this year. And if you get Ayr going, there's a good potential down there. The only thing, they built the new stand across, which was needed. It'd have been great for the town Ayr to get a new stadium, right? I think that would have helped them, but that probably won't happen now. But I think if you can get Ayr going, I think they've got better potential support-wise than St Johnstone.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think
what was your biggest crowd there?
Oh,
Take out the Kilmarnock derbies.
What about the finals at Hampden, the semi-finals?
We're not talking about final, we're talking about the stadium. What's it there? Hampden. Hold on, how did that go again? How did the finals go?
I'll
put off your fans for life.
I'll tell you what, he got to Hampden with Brecon against Queen's Park, same fucking thing as a manager. I was the only person there.
He came to the game.
I was like Celtic Park last night.
He's the last black guy you want to turn up. Talk to me before the game. What were you setting up? Say it's a big pitch, we're going to set up, be quite tight. We were something like 3 done.
What is this at Hampden?
Aye, Hampden, I'm turning round.
That was the best. He'd been a lower league player and getting to play at Hampden. It was brilliant for it. Playing Queen's Park at Hampden.
But see that
never.
Knowing that.
Oh, but no, but as a manager, so that.
Oh, as a manager? Mate, do you not think it was lonely place? You're standing in that technical area and you're 5 down. And you're thinking,
see when you're standing out there, well,
right, 7.
See when you're
fucking lonelier.
See when you're standing out there in the technical area and the goals are getting in, are you genuinely like?
I'm just looking at the clock.
Are you want to go back to your seat though?
Aye, but you know you can't. You're thinking, when I go back, people start judging me for sitting down.
And
the chairman will be thinking, why is he not getting instructions? So you're just kidding on, you're pointing.
It gets to the stage where you don't even know what you're saying, is it?
Mate, I was sitting looking at the clock and it was 7 against Rangers in the semi-final.
What are you doing? See his goal goes in, or you?
I'm applauding.
How many Ayr fans were there that day? Remember?
There were about 15,000.
Fuck, not bad.
Right, 15,000. So where are they, every other? You're
fit
saying
them-
that it'd be great to get them a new
we
stadium.
couldn't fit them in
Size
the
right,
ground.
it's about 150 there every
First
game.
come, first in. I would reckon you would get easily 3,000-4,000 at Somerset Park. Easily.
Premier League. I
Easily.
think so.
All day long.
You've played at Ayr as well. Where would, if you were Ayr or St Johnstone, what would you go? Ayr fans.
I can't believe how like where Ayr are now. To where when I
The
was
dark
there.
days when you were there, how you and Kev
When
Kyle.
were you there, Slaney?
I was what year was that? Mark Roberts was the manager, and they won the first 4 games of the season. They were like buzzing. I think we're going to promote. I signed and didn't win a game the rest of the season.
They were a hard crowd.
You're a poison mate, in that dressing room,
my
weren't you?
God, there was a
I walked out one day and every one of them had red cards.
I know, that's good. That's
To-
why I've got
to
a
get
soft
me
spot for
first.
her.
Was it?
Aye, and that was the year I went to the final and the semi-final.
But do you know how with like McCall came in and then got them going again, and then Bruni Hinks maybe taking them to the next level just with the way he's got his team playing and stuff like that. But I think what Willow's saying there, to get a Premier League job.
St Johnstone have got American owners now as well, so I think they'll be putting a bit of money in it, wouldn't they?
Aye, and the Championship is in like, if you don't win it directly, the playoffs are
So hard to get in.
shambles in it. Like it's so hard to win all them. And as you said, if St Johnstone have got the owners and backing it, then it might be a good. I was going to say project there, but
Yeah.
could be a good one to go to.
Any other names that you could think of? Would you like to see them go down the Aberdeen route? Try and look for a foreign manager
They might.
somewhere else?
They might.
Can St Johnstone attract a manager that's been successful in another country?
I think so about the owners though.
Yeah.
So they probably could. Just depends what you're paying and what your vision, what your model is going forward. If you can say it, you could sell that to anybody.
Yeah.
Really. But Jimmy Thalien's a good blueprint in it. When
Yeah.
you see the state of Aberdeen and how they are just now.
They need to pump the money in, don't they?
Will they take their time with this, do you think? Or do you think they need to get somebody in quickly?
Who have they got in there just
Kirk.
now to take it? Andy Kirk, he's been a manager before, hasn't he?
Cleland, didn't
Alec Cleland's been there for years,
That's
hasn't
a
he?
good guy.
But I think you would want to get one as quick
You don't
as
want to,
possible,
aye.
wouldn't you?
Know what I hate about St Johnstone? See the stadium. You know, hate the stadium.
He said that. He
He
said if Miss World
coloured
was lying
seats.
on the...
Aye.
Different coloured seats.
What was that?
If Miss Worrell was lying the halfway line where Stoken's on, I couldn't get hard on her. I just...
That's the type of analysis you want.
But he did say if Craig Levein was there, he'd be able to...
With his brown chinos on.
Looking at that. If Levein's...
Where's Slaney? Bang on me.
Right, they got a Dingwall this Saturday. I mean, Ross County away is a tough fixture, isn't
They
it?
got a great result against
Dundee,
Dundee, against all the odds. I think everyone else fancied Dundee.
So see with that in mind, would you have kept your manager for this game? Is it a game you want to be going away without a manager, or do you think it's a better state given Andy Kirk going for this? Because it's a massive game already at the start of the season, isn't it?
You don't want to fall.
Too far away.
Aye, and you can get yourself in a sort of bad rut.
Because at me, Ross County, you're thinking that they'll be trying to chase, won't you?
I'll be, in my opinion, between the two at the end
I
of the
agree,
season.
yeah.
So, of course, you want to get a decent result. But
Would
I
you have
don't
gave
know,
him this game, or would you think it's
well, what's the point? You know, if you're going to sack him, what's the point? It's a kind of stay of execution. I would probably, if you were going to sack him, just let him go. Andy Kirk knows the players anyway, so does Cleland. The work would have mostly been done for this week. I agree with Daz. The way that they did it was a bit strange. Maybe that's new owners, American owners not understanding, or a lack of connection between actually what Craig's doing on a day-to-day basis to when they're deciding to sack him.
That's
Can't let him do a press conference and then sack him right after.
That tells me though that they must have somebody ready to come in.
lined up, do you think?
The way they've sacked him, aye, that quick.
Do you know they were wanting to do a documentary thing this season and Craig Levein refused it?
Why?
He didn't want the cameras in the dressing room.
See that? I hate that. I think that's old fashioned now. I think Scottish football's terrible for that. I mean,
embrace
yous obviously did
That
your
went
bit,
well, didn't it?
but it was a brilliant insight.
Craig Levein said he watched that. He said there's no way he was fucking doing it. You're an arsey seller.
But why is Scottish football so protected? Like they've got these cutting edge ideas that they don't want anybody to see in the dressing room.
Do you know what? Me personally, I think it's insecurity to managers that they didn't want to see people.
Your bigger clubs, Celtic and Rangers, and I know Celtic have done their own bit. But you look at the Netflix stuff or whoever it was that done Man City's, Wrexham's. So Wrexham's changed the whole club. City, Tottenham.
But I think the documentary actually saved Arteta and his job. I think he came across so well in that documentary.
A lot of people said that, aye.
What do you think about that?
I'd love it.
You liked Arteta in the documentary, didn't you?
Yeah, prick.
See the one with the light bulb?
That was a
He was
shove
really
that
sick.
right up his ringer.
But see how he like was with Aubameyang and that. Did you know like that? How ruthless he was with Aubameyang?
Honestly, I could never. He's brilliant, right? But he's just fucking taking everything for Guardiola, right? That's what he's trying.
I know, but Guardiola took everything for Cruyff. It just works.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But when you come in, you get the board. Boys, when I got up this morning, I was away down here, and then by the time I seen your faces, I'm up there, and I love you. Oh, be fuck off! Seriously, you couldn't get motivated with that. But he's got.
I liked it.
Can they get motivated? They're flying just now.
No, they're fucking going to
He's changed the full
How
club.
many times they won the league?
He's been close
well, this
against
year.
the great Man City team. Right, big news at Hearts.
Now, that's incredible. Tony Bloom.
I've seen fans saying that they didn't want this to happen. See, for me, as an outsider, be fucking desperate for this to happen, eh?
Brighton, yeah.
That would change
Successful outside of football, successful in football with Brighton. Why would you not want him at your club if you're a Hearts
The
fan?
model that they do, it's unreal.
Well, look
Just about stats, how he's brought coaches to the fore, how they buy players. I mean, how they turn players around and get big transfer fee. Why would you know? You're right. I mean,
People like this into Scottish football.
Hearts are a brilliant club to be at. They've got the perfect blueprint, good fan base, but it's behind the scenes. It's been lacking, and on the pitch, perhaps been lacking over years. I think it'd be a great addition for them. Really do.
100%.
Incredible.
You've got to look at that because you've got to look at the way Brighton are now run and everything about them in it. The successful managers, players, as Mark says, selling players. They've got the blueprint brilliant, right on the money. So you've got to look at some of that.
What is it? Can you somebody just tell me exactly what is this the sports analyst stuff they do? So they see like signing the players and stuff. Is it based on?
Well, based on data, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, I couldn't go into fucking
No,
detail.
but if you've seen them, the players they've brought in and then sold on in the football they've played, even with a manager choice.
See, when we talk about a time at Hearts especially, right, what Brighton do is they bring in a player to suit a certain position.
And bring a manager in.
A style that fits a style. And that makes recruitment so much easier because you know exactly how the team are going to play.
Absolutely buzzing if you're a Hearts fan. Or
But it's just a connected model, isn't it? From top to bottom,
Yeah,
everybody knows their place within that. There is no, bringing in players and the manager doesn't like them, or vice versa. The manager's got a certain style that the board don't like. Everybody's aligned. I think every club would sort of dream of being like that, but it's a hard model to follow. But if you've got the guy that's actually started it,
Yeah,
Would Naismith come under pressure?
definitely, I think.
Yeah, that's when all that happens, isn't it? When new owners come in with their own sort of ideas and the way forward, and especially the way he started.
he's no winning.
Yeah.
I think he's under pressure now without them even being there, isn't it? Massive game this week. Again, St Mirren probably not the team you want when you're under pressure, is it?
certainly not. The way St Mirren are playing, by the way, what a game that was last week with him against Kelly, unbelievable. But I think
the ref still hide under his bed, didn't he?
fucking hell, he had a fucking shocker, didn't he, man? He was here at that telly better than
fucking goggle box I thought he was on, mate. Sitting in front of the fucking telly the full game.
By the way, if you spoke about us, Rooney, how's Rooney got away with?
I spoke about it Monday, but why you all done
Me?
it? Not
That's
seen it
unreal.
since, is it?
Honestly, frightening.
Willie Collin came out and done a lot of talk. Was talking a lot and saying we're going to get all these things sorted, and then the decisions like that.
Incredible. But you don't want to be playing them anyway with your hearts. And Naisy, I think Naismith, with the squad he assembled, you're under pressure right away to be the outlier, apart from the rest of, apart from Rangers and Celtic, and see when you start the opposite. Of course, he'll know that though. He'll know that's the job.
They've
He's
just
always
signed
under
new
pressure.
contracts, haven't they? Naismith's just signed a new
Has he?
contract.
Aye,
I'm sure he has.
recently,
Aye, recently, this season.
What'd you make of that? Bit strange.
I don't know that. I think it was off the back of last year. Everybody thought he had a very good season. And then they've showed a wee bit loyalty and gave him a new contract. But you've got to start winning games, ain't you? You're bottom of the league in your hearts. You're right. And you couldn't have picked probably a worse fixture going away to St Mirren. That'll be a difficult one for him.
Why do you think it is guys like Barry Robson and Stephen Naismith do well that first season, then there's a drop? Is it just the European stuff, or is it there?
I think it's initial change. It's initial different ideas. But then what you've got to do is when you get into the transfer market, you've got to pick the right players and sign the right players and work with your whoever's organising it with you, your director of football, sporting director, whatever it may be. And then you've got to fit it into the style. And sometimes what happens is you get good players, but you look at Naismith in his opening games of the season, he was changing formations and he was changing players here, there and everywhere. So they didn't fit the style. So sometimes you'll go, oh, he's a good player, right? Because I done it when I went in here at first as a manager. I would go, oh, he's a good player. And then I'll sign him, and then I'd bring him in. And I'm thinking, I don't play the formation that suits this guy. You know, so all of a sudden I've wasted a player and money.
Yeah.
I think just overthink that. I think that's a good point. Overthink that at the start of the season. Every manager at the start of the season, if you don't start well and win games, no matter what competition you're in, you're under pressure. But I think the European thing, it looked like from the outside anyway, was in Stephen's head. I need to change for the sake of changing because I've got this big squad. Rather than thinking, let's play my strongest team, get through this period, and then in the winter months, I've got these reserves to come and chop and change. Because you can't establish any real pattern in your system. If Daz is right, if you're taking one player, bring them out, changing the system, changing it back. So I'm always a great believer, go with your strongest team, even though the schedule's busy. But players are prepped for pre-season. They're prepped for that. It's in the later months you need your big squad, and maybe that's been the problem.
Do you think when a wee bad spell comes for an experienced manager, that's when it starts to obviously really get hard because they're not used to the pressure?
Of course it is. But
the pressure at the two clubs are much bigger than if you were your first manager at Alloa or a Wraith Rovers.
Listen, we've all managed at a certain level. And you know what like it is? It doesn't matter what level it is. You get home on a Saturday night and you've been beat. It's the longest night in the world, isn't it? That weekend's the longest weekend because you're racking your brain, what could I do and stuff like that. And then the pressure, you're thinking, I can't afford to lose the next game. I'm going to come under. So all of a sudden, it does play in your mind. You know, people go, I don't read the papers. No, that's a lot of bollocks. They read everything. So I think an experienced man, you've got to learn for it. Because when I went into management first, I told you, I remember that day, I knew what was happening. They come in and says to me, listen, there's a protest against you. And by the way,
pretty clear then, and what's happening is a protest. It's only going to go one way.
Women
it was the biggest crowd we had that day at that year at Somerset. And I walked out and I'm thinking, how do you handle this? And I was quite in it, and they're all sat in a red car, get hit me, fucking all this going on. But then, with pure luck, I went through it week in, week out, and that, as I say, that following year I got to cup final and semi-final in 6 days. So all of a sudden you can turn it.
You use that experience.
Exactly, but it's difficult. There's no doubt about it.
That's why I always think, see, going for Hearts and Aberdeen jobs for your first job, so difficult.
Expectation,
not knowing how to deal with that pressure for being at clubs like that.
To be honest, Stephen Naismith, did he not have a bit of pressure last season? Did he not go through quite a sticky period at the start, and then bang, all of a sudden Shankland started scoring and it just went, through the roof. So they might look at that and think he'll get it right.
He got through it, then he might get through it again.
And if that is the case, I like that, because I hate just knee-jerk reactions for boards. Too much of that now, just sack a manager for 5 bad results. So if that's their thinking, then good on him, but he does need to start winning quickly.
You said he enjoys sticky patches.
I love him. I certainly love him anyway, that's for sure. I wanted to ask you a question, I don't know if I'm running out of time a wee bit, but why? Well, it's good actually.
You got somewhere you need to be?
No, I'm just meaning for the time of the show. Don't mean that. Or you, Willow?
Is there a time on this?
No, but I mean for you, mate.
The buzzer will get.
It's actually good because Willow's on. I've been doing a wee bit of, a lot of research. And right, good.
When did you do it?
Just said the last few months and real digging. In Scotland about becoming one of the, maybe the right word was, for bringing young players through.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
Fucking hell, what a question that is.
But
I've only been in the youth academy for a year, mate.
But it is, I'm finding it actually hard to believe. Being here at Barcelona, like 10 of their players are featured this team have come through the academy again.
Aye.
Like I find it so strange with a league, and I've said this before, but a league, Scotland, where there isn't a lot of money, why there isn't more young players getting brought through?
Well, it maybe feeds into what I was saying there, just about the model. The football clubs, especially out with Celtic and Rangers, the model is to probably try and get into Europe, try and stay in the Premiership, and as soon as managers get a couple of bad results, they're under pressure and they're out the door. So managers then think young players maybe are the who to turn to. So it has to be right through the top. A manager has to be told, I think, through the top, look, if you've got this model and it's young players and you're bringing through so many a year, we will back you if you lose a few games. But it's just not the case.
I was speaking to a coach at a Scottish Premier League club. I'm not going to tell you what one because I'm not going to obviously throw anybody under a bus, but for like 10 to 16, all they do is playing it through the back. And now, see the SPL team that we're talking about, probably one of the most direct teams you're watching the SPL, so how does that work?
So it's not even aligned at all.
See if you're playing that way till you're 16, then all of a sudden go, see all that we've just done, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
How's that suiting the players when they've been brought up that way?
Well, he's better telling. He's in amongst it.
So the sport, and that's where sporting directors are so important at clubs, and not every club has got it, because it has to feed all the way down, and the manager then has to buy into it, the style. But that's not the case. It's too much chopping and changing. Managers are under pressure. The paper came out on it a couple of weeks ago about why we're not producing young players. Like in my job just now, I would love it if there was a quota of certain young players that had to be involved in a first team squad. It'd be great. But you were about, when it was 3 Scottish players, was it, on the bench, and Strachan hated it. He hated it
about me,
was it?
Don't know why he's on the bench. Need to put him on because there's
he used
good pros missing it for this wee guy. Like that.
He used
just
to
get the money in the
young
bank
ones.
at the end of the month, man. Just get the one bonus at the end of the month. Shut up and get that one bonus.
He used to hate it, didn't he? That young players, but I'm not having a go at you, but he had a point. He had a point.
Why I was there, I'll never know.
There was young players.
He's about 10 galaxies on the bench because you knew you were never getting on, mate.
Don't you worry about it. You go on that bus to Liverpool, that prick, didn't he?
Exactly.
That's all you need.
Mate,
Worry about
I know, see the amount of people that still ask me about that. They ask me the amount of people that comes up and says to me, were you invited to the game at Old Trafford? I was like, what game at Old Trafford? Did you not get invited again?
Mate,
don't tell me you did.
Nah,
did you?
Nah, but you got Liverpool.
I got Liverpool. Did you not see Alan Thompson's tweet? Tom Wilkes put a tweet and said, must be some big hitters in that team. Definitely talking about Simon Donnelly, innit? You've also done a bit of digging on the League Cup this weekend. Both of you have won it.
Hold on a minute. Won it once here. I won it twice. Get your facts fucking right.
Who won you got, mate?
You won? Oh, be Rangers.
Right, Dalziel, you started then. Talk us through it. 2 ones you won.
First one, was
In the first round.
18, 19. Oh, for the first
18, 19?
I couldn't remember the fucking game I played in it. When I was 18.
Alright, I thought you meant 18, 19.
No, when I was 18. Right, it's weird how things happen. Rangers Dundee United at Hampden, and we're getting beat 1-0. Second half, and Paul Sturrock scores the best goal I've ever seen in my life, and John Holt had ran.
Best goal you've ever seen in your life?
Oh mate, honestly, it was unbelievable. Have you ever seen Sturrock playing?
Is it better than Maradona's?
Oh, better than Maradona.
In the semi-final.
It was even better than the boys last night. It was the best goal I've ever seen in my life that I can remember.
I'll not
YouTube
Mate, you'll not get it. It's black and white. He turns and he hits it in the stanchion. Right? But John Holt runs offside. So anyway, cut long story short, David Cooper scores a great free kick, and then I comes off, and Ian Redford comes on, right? And we win the game 2-1. And then when we get to the cup final, I had a wee injury before the cup final, obviously, and I had the rest in the car park, remember?
Oh, that was hard.
Right, and when we got to extra time against Celtic, I come off and Redford come on. 2 cup finals. Same like that.
So you got dragged in 2 cup finals?
Dragged in 2, yeah. Captain that one, but scored.
Don't know
if you ever done that.
Can we get that goal? Can we get his equaliser out?
What year was that?
94, mate.
You seen his celebration for that?
No, what does he do?
Oh, that's embarrassing, mate. Don't show that. It's embarrassing.
What does he do?
Right,
he runs away to the corner and he gets down on one knee. And what is it you say? And he does that what he says.
That's what I'm all about.
That's what I'm all about.
He done for Jude
Bellingham. Don't know Jude Bellingham said that.
Jude Bellingham done that. I think he's watched you.
Did he?
You're his fucking idol.
That's what I'm all about.
But the problem is, right, you remember, as at Ibrox and Celtic have got 3 stands. So it was very, and I scored in the we'll call it the Celtic end, right? But our fans were that side, so I'd scored there. So it was all Celtic fans.
Is winning the League Cup, is that a big achievement?
It wasn't then.
Is the League Cup, is it a big one?
If you're at Celtic, well, it's the first part of a treble, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're always looking to get a treble. So, it is. Of course it is. Probably, but
Mate,
it's bigger if you're.
Watch your phone.
Yours was obviously yours against Rangers.
Aye, but I was the opposite. I was a sub when I
Did you get
just
on?
come back from injury. I got on. It was the one Darren Day
94?
scored, didn't he? And then I
Coca-Cola
came on. Aiden scored. I came on in extra time. Start extra time. I think so. Game still in the balance.
Did Doomby know Day's Achilles that day? It was a different final.
Nah, it was a different game.
Final, that's right. So you got on for the League Cup?
I got on for them.
What did you do the night you won it? I know what you probably would have done. Back to the car park.
We went to Rangers. I can't remember what we done with Rangers. I think we went back to Ibrox and just had. Well, I was only young, so I don't know. Wraith was ridiculous, mate. Right, we won it on the Sunday, and we were playing Ayr on the Saturday, and halfies was still pissed. Right, that's true. We get plodded onto the pitch, and we're fucking. Halfies were still on the bed all week. We'd done a full week here. Jimmy, Drew one each. Right. Jimmy Nicholl never seen us stay the Friday. Never turned up for training or anything.
Love it.
It's unbelievable. Sunday night we went back to Kirkcaldy. Right, we went back to Kirkcaldy. No, Sunday night's a sort of a shit night anywhere, innit? Unless it's bank holiday or whatever. So we're going back there. We're all excited. We're thinking, right, where are we going? And Jackie O's was open at that time. We'll go down there. I'll be all right. Mate, on the streets, everybody in the world was at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning till we get home. It was
amazing.
I lived 30 years. I've lived off that.
For that cup final?
Oh, fucking 30 years. Seen I got to Kirkcaldy.
See, that night was it?
I would.
Oh, Kenny.
I was double. I was cramping everywhere. Let me tell you. I feel
Anytime you hear that noise now, you're going to think
Dazzy's on a doubler.
What did you do the night you saw it?
I mean, none because the League Cup final.
What said sorry? He's buzzed.
Sorry. League Cup final was always. When was it? It's March, wasn't it? When we played it, so it was shit.
Playing the next.
I thought it was rubbish. Scottish Cup finals were always better.
Do you ever go to a league? You lost League
Cup?
Cup?
2 of them.
League or Scottish
Cup? Aye, twice. Aberdeen twice. 82, 83, 83, 84.
What went wrong?
Well, fucking Fergie.
Was that Fergie's Aberdeen team?
Where is Dale today?
Dale's in Italy.
Is he?
Aye.
He's going to bring me back a bottle of red.
In Champions League.
I think he said Lewis was back training already.
Mate, that's incredible, isn't it?
New contract.
The
Faddy slept in again. Watched
I don't know
his
where.
boy last night.
Just quickly, did you see the Barnet managers rant?
Brilliant.
Mate, let's put it in the
That's
group.
good,
Seen
isn't
it?
it?
Oh, brilliant.
Unbelievable.
Have you ever had a manager that's went out to the press and done a rant like that? Or did you ever do it as a manager?
You would have done it, sure, as a manager.
I had 1 or 2 wee slight moments, but
When you came for the fans in it?
oh fuck, aye.
What, in an interview with the press?
All right, and about them, yeah.
Did you? Right, about them, yeah.
It wasn't.
For what? Similar thing like morning in it?
Exactly. They don't understand. Look, they pay their money, of course, and
He does not.
aye, exactly. Unless you know
It's a bad tag, that, innit? It's a bad tag.
unless you know big TR. But I've got to say, sometimes the worst it is after the game.
Do you regret it after you've said it?
Oh fuck! Of course you do. You go away home and like you say, you sit in the house and you go, oh no, hold on a minute here, and you get caught up in the adrenaline. Then the smart arses will just try and keep probing at you. You know what I mean? And then
A
you,
journalist.
and then you just come out with.
It's good for you because there was no social media back then. If that had went out,
Oh aye, I would have.
it.
I wouldn't have lasted in management.
Any fans will turn on him?
No, I think he's better be really good.
Is he?
Took him for window and bottom of the league, didn't he?
Who don't Barnet? Aye, he won.
The Barnet manager.
I bet he won. I was watching his result on Saturday. When he went 1-0 down, I thought, I bet he's sitting that dog out going, what's that? No, my fucking missing out.
And did they win?
But by the one, I think the one, aye.
The Canio told the fans to go and support Oxford, who were our big rivals. Because there was a couple of things that you type it in, the Canio tells fans as well. Yeah, bring down your season ticket. I give you your money. Go support Oxford.
I don't fancy take to that.
No, you can say whatever the fuck you liked, mate. They still loved him, man. You have anything like that? Nah.
Would
He's
Lenny be like
trying to- They never.
Gordon,
Nah.
I think when he came to Celtic, he was more. I don't know.
He'd learned probably from his Southampton interviews were wild,
Southampton
weren't they?
interviews were brilliant. But
Weren't
I
they?
think at Celtic, he would more say it in house to us about
Kane and people.
Kane, aye. But when he went out, he would sort of defend the team. So he was okay in that respect.
The best one was when I think it was Gordon Duncan. Was it some? No, Johnny Sunderland asked him about a fan. We're going to ask you a fan question, and he goes, "No,
And a red stripe.
no. Is that I'm not listening to a fan who sits in the house with a can of red stripe and a bulldog."
Just shot him down, didn't he?
Sitting with their bulldog and a can of red stripe. His Southampton interviews. Have you watched all that?
Unbelievable, mate. Imagine interviewing him.
Oh, he'd have been terrified.
Fuck, what are you talking? You did?
You did.
Did you know at the Hydro?
But I mean, like, after I
I can imagine interviewing him.
it was actually so
Imagine meeting him.
It was so sounding.
Aye, he was.
Wasn't he?
But-
After a game, oh my God, he'd be one.
Well, did you see Big Ange's interview after the Arsenal game with
Aye.
the women reporter?
Brilliant.
He's
on
on.
that,
He's,
isn't he?
by the way, I've never
Seen a
seen.
tightrope, has he?
I've never seen people turning as quickly. Everything in social
Did he
media,
win,
now,
innit?
they're slaughtering them.
But mate, like we said, Arteta finished 2 years in a row with a much better squad. Like he went into Spurs, lost his best player the last day, finished 5th. How can he be under pressure?
I'm hearing so many fans saying like he's actually tactically clueless. I'm actually hearing
Aye,
fans.
it's unbelievable.
I know.
But mate, every game this season they've dominated. Even against Arsenal, I thought they were a better team. A set piece. Like what's he meant to do? Get Romero to fucking jump with Gabriel.
You're going to be stronger there.
But he pushes him well. But I'm
Okay.
just always sticking up for the big man.
Right.
I love Ange, don't he? Used to were his pal.
Oh, my
I
teammate.
can every time I switch
That's
on
right.
social
I
media,
can- do you know
used to
what?
were
I
sitting
haven't
next
met
to him.
you since that. You can see that you've rubbed off on it.
Oh, mean big.
Only big
Ange.
bastard.
Mean big Ange, Australia.
Right, Coop time,
Coop
Paul.
time, here we go.
Oh,
Quarter final, first one, Motherwell Dundee United. I'm going to go for a
it's a toughie.
home win.
Game.
Are you mate?
Aye, home win.
Is that Friday? Friday
Friday
night.
night,
Right, I can't go to that. Actually, see if
You
Gandhi
going?
Halliday can get a ticket.
Aye, get Andy boy.
I
Are you
thought
not
you
paying
bought
for
your
your
tickets.
tickets?
I'll get us
There you go.
I'll buy them.
I'm
off you.
there, hell,
I've got the new Murrell strip coming, mate.
By the way, listen to this.
Hey.
See on air, he does this all the time. He knows Motherwell. Who is it? Chief exec.
Aye,
So
Brian
every
Colbert.
time Motherwell get a new strip, he gives it a wee mention within about a minute. Fucking he's texting.
And you get us. What'd you do
What
with
do you
the
wear?
steps?
Do you
Did you
wear?
wear it?
Where's it?
DL number 9 on the back.
69.
Oh, aye. Way up to Fir Park. Happy as Larry.
Would you wear a football strip?
Aye.
But a football
Aye,
strip?
shorts and
You got the Motherwell one in.
brilliant.
Studio.
They're lovely. Have you seen the third strip?
What is it, area or something?
Oh, it's beautiful.
I see. I genuinely wouldn't wear that to take the bins out, mate.
Mate, it's beautiful. It's a terrific. I was right on the text right away. By the way, he's sitting at Aberdeen. The game's only started 5 minutes and he must have been going,
Why am I getting a text?
well, am I going to text?
He texts him back as well.
He texts me back.
See, he's busy. He's drove into it.
I'd love to see him paint the painting.
Oh, they painted it.
Oh, mate, just walk up to the game with the full
Oh.
painted Mallow strip.
The big
Brilliant.
bagger painted.
Right,
Big bagger painted amber.
Camera, Willie.
I would go Clara Amber.
Imagine him sitting there with boots on.
Shin
My
pads.
boots are painted.
Serious.
But it take a while, wouldn't it, to paint the big thing?
Oh.
You need a full team of that. Full painter and decorating team, wouldn't you?
Thanks, he couldn't spray that.
Thanks his toughest ever job. That would be his masterpiece. He'd retire after that, Banks, wouldn't he? Complete it.
Aye, he'd bring a crew with him.
Oh, incredible. So you're going Motherwell?
Right.
I'm going to go the well, aye.
But, Willow, who you going Motherwell?
United.
Are you, mate?
Oh, sorry, I'll do mine first.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Sorry, I've came here.
Motherwell,
and fucked
you've
up.
what?
I've came here and fucked it up for the first time since you've been doing it all properly every week.
That's why
Here we go.
I love you, mate.
Here we go. Motherwell home win. Aberdeen home win v Spartans. We'll go Rangers home win against Dundee and Celtic home win. It's not going to be great odds, but it's just my
3.55 to 1. So if you put on £30, what would you get?
probably going to be 100 just over 100 there.
Good, good math. Willow, who you going?
I'll go United away win at Motherwell.
Just quickly, be surprised how United played against Rangers.
Aye. First half I was. Aye. Kind
I
of
thought
stood
Rangers
off.
played well, but
Rangers were good first 25 minutes.
Rangers played
definitely.
very well.
Just stood off them, didn't they? Didn't
strange,
press
isn't
them weird after the start that they've had. But I think they'll beat Motherwell. So I'll go Dundee United away, Aberdeen at home, Rangers at home to beat Dundee, and Celtic to beat Falkirk.
It's only one game you're judging.
And what's
Motherwell,
Willow's
Dundee
favourite?
United.
Oh, so Willow's 4.5.
Oh, God,
So have you
I
put
get
on
that
20 quid on that? What do you win?
Probably 90 something.
Maybe 100. Maybe 90. I think you're right.
I'm going to, right, I'll mix up
get
a wee
that
bit. Right,
Yeah,
everybody.
no, he just batters again.
I'll go
Batters
Spartans.
the coupons.
I'll go Spartans.
Spartans?
No, I'm a fuck. I'm going Aberdeen, Celtic, Rangers, and I think Motherwell and Dundee United will go to extra time.
So the draw you're going for that. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a different coupon again.
Yeah.
Oh, so the draw is just about the same as Dundee United to win. How's that?
I get a cracker last night. Kyogo made an Engels to our score.
Yeah, man.
Did you?
You're very good at the bet builders.
I'm so good at knowing if I feel I got Grealish and Rice against Ireland.
So you did.
As a double.
So good with goal scorers and just seeing the players they put on.
Just quickly tell me the bit about the bit on last Ramblas with the 1-2s is probably the best. The best passage of play I've seen in Scottish football for a long time.
Mate, that's up there, mate. Especially in the city where it plays the greatest football of all time. And I've just went and produced that down the busiest street in the world. You could tack around everybody.
Craig Levein was shouting, "Boot fucking boot it!
Fuck you, Dave. It was unreal though, wasn't it?
Mate, incredible, man.
How is
I couldn't believe it. I asked him the day, was that set up or was that...
Mate, but there was guys just like on their phone, he just knocking it back. They're like
Right, the biggest challenge, do that down Buchanan Street. You're never getting that ball
Saracen
back.
Street and Postle, boys just
Mate,
getting dumped straight away.
I genuinely think that the woman's touch was actually brilliant, but it just overran. See if it just
You
helped.
nearly get overran with a taxi,
Yeah,
did you know?
genuinely, so obviously we cut it a wee bit.
I think she wanted you to get run
I think
over.
that's why she done it, make me look better.
I've not seen this.
That's one of the greatest clips you'll
No, but you also Meg's a Spanish boy, an absolute belter, mate.
Aye.
So see that.
And then the
time-
Poles came, didn't they?
The Polish? Polish came and took the ball
For his
off us
dad.
and- But actually, but see at that, we couldn't put it on, but there was another boy that absolutely smashed me, mate. Smashed me a bell. I don't know if he thought I was taking a piss, but like nutmegging him, so I don't know if it was his mate. And he came in, and we were doing the wee sort of like, not rondo, but just keeping the ball off. So he's waited and waited, and just fucked me an absolute. It was going to get a bit
Heated.
Aye.
What did you say? Did you jump up?
I apologise.
Square up? You apologise to him?
What's any Spanish for us? Lingo?
Habla inglés.
English.
Do you speak English?
Alright.
That was a worthwhile
Aye,
trip
that
there,
was-
wasn't it?
I'll hold you for a week in Spain.
How was the Polish way? You were
Polish?
close to getting cuffed, weren't you?
Aye, they were ready to
Hey, your
go.
dad.
Aye,
Your dad was going to cuff you.
He can't dress up Polish. Do you know my dad was an
Just cuffing.
You did tell
Your
me
dad
that.
just
aye.
cuffing everyone.
He told me that at the dart.
Your dad
Says he
was
was he a sniper?
Sniper,
Or did you
aye.
just make that
No,
up?
I made that up. It
Oh,
was,
fuck off. Who's a sniper?
a secretary.
He was a cook.
Fuck off, what?
He's a
I thought he was a sniper.
He was a cook.
No, he was a secretary.
He's a secretary in
Done
the
all the
army.
files, so I can't really go into it because it's obviously
Classified.
Aye.
classified.
Hey.
If you talk about it, it's that type of things. If you talk about it, can start to reach out to different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They start to read your phone.
Who'd reach your phone?
No,
Somebody's listening to us right now.
that's what I'm meaning. They pick it up very.
What's your
quickly.
next trip, mate? Just because everyone I speak to is mad for it.
I'd love to go into underground submarine.
Oh, fuck.
What, and
no.
vlog it?
Oh, no,
Vlog
man.
If you could
You'd
take
love to
one,
do that?
Under the water by a submarine.
if you could take one Scottish
No,
football
mate.
person with you in a submarine for 3 months and film it, who would it be?
It'd be a double act, Pink and Dick. I'd love to see them in a submarine.
Fucking maybe some size of submarine. The one thing for sure, I ain't coming back up.
I'd love it to do that.
Sorry, Dick. Sorry.
Aye, you shit it, didn't you, Predict, when he phoned you?
So just get your link in the description box for tickets to an evening with Scotland Day and that one.
Come to a back garden here, you.
Cheers, lad.